Good afternoon, dear students. I hope all of you have joined the class. And today is the first topic, that is simple equation. Dear students, only the name is simple equation, fine, but the topic is not that simple, but I'll try to make it as simple as possible. So in this case there are two parts. One is solving the equations and another is framing the equations. Most of the people are confident about solving the equations, but they suffer while framing the equation. So I will dictate you some of the questions before in the initial part of this, how to frame the equations. So my dear students, so let's begin the class and try to answer some of the questions. Write down. X is 5 more than y. What will be the equation? X is 5 more than y. Let's start. X is means equal to, x equal to 5 more means plus and less means minus. 5 more means plus 5 than y. Clear? This will be the equation. Many of the students have written must be getting x plus 5 is equal to y. That will be wrong equation. Fine. So write down another problem. Twice of x is thrice of x is thrice of 5 less than y. You guys please answer. Twice of x is thrice of 5 less than y. Hanji beta, in the chats I can see your answers. So let's start. Twice of x, that is 2x, is means equal to thrice, that is 3 times of 5 less than y. 5 less than y. This will be the equation. Fine. Okay. Now write down another problem. Many students have given me the answer, but most of them have given me a wrong answer. ठीक है ना? ऐसे ही continue करो बेटा, ठीक है ना? So let's celebrate the wrong answer given by you, and one more question I think I need to give you. Write down. So let me explain it again. Twice of x, that is 2 times x, is means equal to, is thrice of, that is 3 times of 5 less than y. Beta, 5 less than y, it will not be 5 minus y, it will be 5 less than y. We have to subtract 5 from y. So this will be the equation. Fine. Some of the students have written like 2x is equal to 3y minus 5. Fine. For this, this is the correct equation and this will be the wrong. For this, the language will be twice of x is 5 less than 3 times of y. I did not say 5 less than 3 times of y. I said thrice of 5 less than y. I hope it is clear now. Fine. Now it's fine. Okay. Now write down. Sachin and Sehwag together scored a double century. Sachin and Sehwag together scored a double century. Sachin scored 60 runs more than Sehwag. Sachin scored 60 runs more than Sehwag. What was Sehwag's score? What was Sehwag's score? So quickly answer this question. Sachin and Sehwag together scored a double century and Sachin scored 60 runs more than Sehwag. What was Sehwag's score? What was Sehwag's score? Quickly answer. So time's up. Let's start. Sachin and Sehwag. So I hope most of you guys are solving like, let Sachin's score is X and Sehwag's score is Y. Fine. So first equation, Sachin and Sehwag together they scored a double century. It means Sachin's score plus Sehwag's score is equal to 200. Second equation is Sachin scored 60 runs more than Sehwag. Sachin is means equal to 60 more than Sehwag. 60 more than Sehwag. This will be the equation. In this case, what will happen if y will go on the left hand side? Or one method, there are two methods to solve this kind of questions. One is substitution method and another is elimination method. Fine. If I am talking about the substitution method, in that case what you can do, instead of x you can put y plus 60 here. Fine. Otherwise what you can do, y will go there. If something goes from right hand side to left hand side, its sign will be altered, sign will be changed. So can I say beta second equation will become x minus y is equal to 60. This is my first equation and this is second equation. Larger value minus smaller value is equal to 60. The difference of their scores is 60. Now here one more thing you have to take care. If we add these two equations, first equation and second equation, y will get cancelled because here it is plus y and here it is minus y. Y will get eliminated. But we want the value of y. So if we want to find the value of y, then we should try to retain the value of y, retain variable y here and try to eliminate x. So to eliminate x, what should I do? This is x, this is x. It means they have the same sign. So I have to subtract this equation. If you subtract, this will become minus, this will become plus and this will become minus. Now plus x minus x will get cancelled. This is plus y, this is plus y, it will become 2y. Fine. But this is 200 and this is minus 60. What will I get here? 140. 2y is equal to 140. So here I can say y is equal to 140 divided by 2. It will be 70. I hope it is clear. Fine. So y is equal to 70. This was one method. Fine. But as I told you, if you will solve like this, most of the people, since more than 90% of the people will be using this approach. Fine. But you have to be among the top 1 or 2% fellows. So you, with this approach, you cannot expect a solution. Let's try the another thing. Fine. So Sachin and Sehwag. We have to find the score of Sehwag. Let Sehwag score X. Try to minimize the variables. Fine. So let Sehwag score was X. Sachin scored 60 more runs. So X plus 60 na, 60 extra. It will become X plus 60. Sehwag X, Sachin got 60 extra, X plus 60. Their total score is 200. So I have to add these two numbers. If you add these, what you will get? X plus 60 plus X. This is 2X plus 60. 2X plus 60 is equal to 200. So beta this 60 will go there. It will be subtracted na. Directly I can write, I hope. 60 will go there. It will become 200 minus 60, 140. 2x is equal to 140. So x will be 70. So we can say 70 and 130. Fine. Hanji beta, in this case most of the people are getting correct answer. Fine. Jivita, Rajkumar, Neha, good beta. Fine. But as ma'am introduced me yesterday that I am from IIM Calcutta, so my CAT percentile was 99.69. So our approach is also not like that. Fine. We should be, because we know that our brain speed is too fast than our hand speed. So we should try to solve these questions orally. How to solve this question? Because Sachin scores 60 extra runs than Sehwag. Keep this 60 separate. This 60 is extra. Out of 200, 60 extra was scored by Sachin. So I am keeping this 60 in one side. Remaining value will be equally distributed. Remaining value is 140. So this 140 is equally distributed among Sachin and Sehwag. That is 70-70. Now that 60 that I have kept separately, that was scored by Sachin. So 70 plus 60, 130, that is Sachin, and Sehwag was 70. That will be the answer. I hope it is clear. Good. Now write down another problem. Cost of 5 pens and 3 sharpeners. Cost of 5 pens and 3 sharpeners is rupees 60. Is rupees 60. And the cost of 3 pens and 5 sharpeners is rupees 100. Is rupees 100. What is the combined price of a pen and a sharpener? What is the combined price of a pen and a sharpener? Try this question. What is the combined price of a pen and a sharpener? Very easy question. What is more important here is the timings. How quickly you can solve this question, that will matter here. Neha got 14. Congratulations Neha, you have given the first wrong answer for today's class. Sorry, this is not Neha, this is Netram. Kumod 13. Combined price of a pen and a sharpener. Okay. So should we start this question? What about the other people? Netram and Kumod, you have given the answer. Chalo. How a normal student will approach in this question? So first equation is, I am considering, I guess video has passed. Okay. Hanji. I am considering price of a pen as P rupees and that of a sharpener is S rupees. So 5 pen is 5p, 3 sharpener is 3s. So first equation, their combined value is 60 rupees. This is my first equation. Second equation, 3 pens plus 5 sharpeners, their combined value is 160 rupees. Now from here, what the students will try to do, they will try to eliminate the value of S. How can I eliminate the value of S? By multiplying the first equation by 5 and second equation by 3 and then subtracting these two equations. I hope it is clear. Fine. By that method they will try to find the value of P and then by substituting they will get the value of S. But that is not a good approach here because that will consume so much time. I am not asking what is the price of a pen, what is the price of a sharpener. Our question is what is the combined value of these two. It means I have to find the value of P plus S. Let us add these two equations. If you add these two equations, what you will get? 8p plus 8s is equal to 160 rupees. Can I take 8 common? 8 pen plus sharpener is equal to 160. We have to find the value of P plus S, na? So from here P plus S will be equal to 20. That is the answer. Combined value of a pen and a sharpener. It means P plus S you are supposed to find. I hope it is clear. Any doubt, beta? Okay. Fine. Good. Hanji beta, what will happen if they ask what is the value of a pen, then you have to eliminate the value of S. If they ask the sharpener, then you eliminate the value of P. Then only you need to find the individual values. If they ask, whenever in the question it is given what is the difference of their value, what is their combined value, it means instead of solving like the traditional method, there has to be a shortcut in this question. That's why it is asked in the exam. Fine. If they ask a sharpener is how much costlier than a pen, a sharpener is how much costlier than a pen. It means keep in mind what we are supposed to find, sharpener minus pen. It means we have to find their difference. A sharpener is how much costlier than a pen. If this would have been my question, then it means I want to find the difference. So in that case what you do, from the second equation I will subtract the first equation. If you subtract first equation, what you will get? 5s minus 3s, what you will get? 2s. 3p minus 5p minus 2p, that is equal to 40. Fine. So here S minus P is equal to 20, like that. Fine. In this case I just gave a random number. So in this case pen will be basically 0 rupees. Pen's value will be 0. Only the sharpener will cost you something. Sharpener's value will come out to be 20. Pen will be 0. Getting me or not? Fine. Okay, beta. But you have to the learning from this question is that whenever they are asking what is the combined value, what is the difference of the values, it means you have to solve this question in a different manner. I hope it is clear. So let's move to the next concept. But if I write a number 3 by 5, in that case this part above this is called numerator and this part is called denominator. This part is numerator, this part is denominator. Fine. So write down a problem. हाँ जी, the numerator, if the numerator of a number, if the numerator of a fraction is increased by 1, is increased by 1, if the numerator of a fraction is increased by 1 and denominator is decreased by 2, if the numerator of a fraction is increased by 1 and denominator is decreased by 2, the fraction becomes 2 by 3. If the numerator of a fraction is increased by 1 and denominator is decreased by 2, the fraction becomes 2 by 3. But if numerator and denominator, but if numerator is decreased by 1, but if numerator is decreased by 1 and denominator is increased by 2 and denominator is increased by 2, then fraction becomes 1 by 5. Then fraction becomes 1 by 5. What is the original fraction? What is the original fraction? The 4 options are on your computer screen. Okay, beta? These are the 4 options. Fine. Quickly answer it. हाँ जी बेटा, correct, very good, very good. Devashish has given us the first, सबसे पहले, first of all, Devashish is the fastest person, fastest finger first, but unfortunately this is the wrong answer and rest of the students are giving me correct answers. Fine. So I don't want to discourage anybody. Fine. So it is a kind of sarcastic way to make the class interactive. Fine. Good beta, very good, very good. Fine. You are taking, I have observed all of you are taking somewhere more than 1 minute beta. Fine. Even the first person who answered this question has taken more than 1 minute. Fine. Probably they have solved this question like this. Let the fraction be numerator upon denominator n upon d. N upon d. So if the numerator is increased by 1 and denominator is decreased by 2, so n plus 1 upon d minus 2 is equal to 2 by 3. Fine. And second equation, numerator decreased by 1 and denominator increased by 2. So n minus 1 upon d plus 2 is equal to 1 by 5, something like this. Clear beta? Now if you go for the, now you just let me know, do I need to solve this way? If any of the student wants, sir, please explain it completely, like you just cross multiply 3 into n plus 3 like this. Am I supposed to discuss the questions like that? Please let me know. Or I can go with the shortcut only, the approach that is required for the exam. So can we go for the short trick directly? Very good beta. We will go for the shortcut. Now we know that if the denominator, fine, if the denominator is decreased by 2, then the fraction become 2 by 3. If a fraction is 2 by 3 beta, then can I say numerator has to be a multiple of 2 and denominator has to be a multiple of 3. Getting me or not? Can 6 by 7 be written in this form? No. I can't write now. So if the fraction is 2 by 3, it means numerator has to be a multiple of 2 and denominator has to be a multiple of 3. Similarly, if the fraction becomes 1 by 5, if the fraction become 1 by 5, it means denominator has to be a multiple of 5. Clear? Now, I am just going for the last part of this question. If numerator is decreased by 1 and denominator is increased by 2, then fraction become 1 by 5. It means if I add 2 in the denominator, then it will become a multiple of 5. Just check the options, which denominator on adding 2 becomes a multiple of 5. If I add 2 here, beta, then this will become something upon 7, that cannot be written in the form of 1 by 5. If I add 2 here, then this will become 10. This is the only option in which on adding 2 in the denominator, it becomes a multiple of 5. So, that's why this will be the answer. Is it okay? You are not supposed to check all the options also. Is it clear, beta? Good. Fine. Now, in that case, you can check. Numerator is increased by 1, denominator decreased by 2. Then you will get 3 by 3. This will become 1, na? But question says that numerator increased by 1, denominator decreased by 2. Then the fraction will become 2 by 3. This is not giving you the first. If this is not satisfying the first condition, no need to check for the second condition. This cannot be the answer. Now, if you check it, numerator increased by 1, this will become 4, denominator decreased by 2, it will become 6. 4 by 6 is 2 by 3. Yes. If the numerator decreased by 1, this will become 2, and denominator increased by 2, it will become 10. 2 by 10 is 1 by 5. I hope it is clear, beta. Fine. Good. Write down next question. Now, before writing the next question, you have received a handout. Try the first 2 questions of the handout quickly. First 2 questions of this handout. Quick answer. And in the first question, you write one more option. In the first question, you write one more option, 100. Fine. One option is not given in the option. There are 4 options. So, one more option is there, 100. Otherwise, in this question, it was none of the above. So, let us see the first question. The cost of 2 chairs and 3 tables. Attempt it. I am giving you 60 seconds. Has beta answer this question? Monisha said 550. Okay. So, let us start. Cost of 2 chairs and 3 tables. 2 chairs plus 3 tables is equal to 1300. And the cost of 3 chairs and 2 tables, 3 chairs and 2 tables is equal to 1200. But are they asking you the value of a chair? Are they asking you the value of table? No, no. They are asking you the difference. The cost of each table is more than that of a chair. It means we are supposed to find table minus chair. So, what you do? From the first equation, you subtract the second one. What you will get? 3 table minus 2 table is 1 table. 2 chair minus 3 chair is minus chair. That is equal to 100. This is the answer. Fine. Clear beta? I don't know why students are getting wrong answers. Rajkumar. Now I hope it is clear. Fine beta? Okay. Clear na? Otherwise, if you try to find the value of a chair and a table, you can find their individual values also, table and chair individual value, and then you are supposed to find their difference. Fine. If you are going to do that, you will be happy that you have done something, but your selection will not be there. Fine. So, do I need to discuss it again? No, na? Okay, good. Let's go for the next question. Try it. Denominator is lower side, numerator is upper side. Rajkumar has given me 4/7. Yes, Jahanpreet beta, very correct answer. Fine. So now onwards, what I'll do, I'll be a bit slower. Fine. I'll solve it by traditional method, then I'll give you shortcut. Fine. So let the fraction is n upon d, numerator upon denominator. This was my original fraction. If the denominator of a fraction is 1 less than twice the numerator, denominator is means equal to 1 less, it means -1, then twice the numerator, 2n minus 1. This is my first equation beta. Second equation, if the numerator and denominator both are increased by 1, it means n plus 1 upon d plus 1. Then the fraction becomes 3/5. Okay, these are two equations. Now, can I substitute the value of d? D is equal to 2n minus 1. Fine, just cross multiply it. So, 5n plus 5, 5n plus 5 1 ja 5, that is equal to 3 times d plus 1 na? That is 3d plus 3 into 1 is 3. Now I am putting the value of d. D is equal to 2n minus 1. So 5n plus 5 is equal to 3 times 2n minus 1 plus 3. So that is equal to 3 to the 6n minus 3 plus 3. This part will get cancelled. Okay beta. Now 5n will go there. 5n will go there, 5 is equal to 6n minus 5n. It means numerator is equal to 5. If I substitute the value of numerator here, then what will be the value of denominator? denominator is equal to 2 into 5 minus 1, that is 9. So, numerator is 5, denominator is 9. So, fraction is 5 by 9. Clear beta? Okay. But this should not be the approach in the exam. What did I tell you? I am erasing this part. I hope you have noted down. Fine. My target is to avoid you doing these calculations. Fine. These calculations are not required at all. Fine. Beta, read this line. 3 by 5. If both are increased by 1, the fraction becomes 3 by 5. It means if I add in the denominator 3 upon 5, if I add 1 in both, then the denominator will become a multiple of 5 and numerator will become a multiple of 3. In which option denominator when increased by 1 will become a multiple of 5? There is only one option. Fine, this is the only option in which denominator when increased by 1 will become a multiple of 5. Getting me or not? So, now what will happen? In the exam there may be two options in which 9 is there. Fine. In that case you need to check. Suppose instead of 5 by 9, 4 by 9 is also present there. Then you just check the condition. If 5 by 9, when numerator and denominator both are increased by 1, what will happen? 5 will become 6 and 9 will become 10. So, this will become 3 upon 5. Clear? Okay, bachcho? Is it clear? Good. Now, let's see the next question. Attempt this question. Next time onwards, beta, what we will do? We will try to write the question on the left hand side only. Fine. So that right hand side will be for the rough work only. If I am moving, then should we start? The tens digit of a 2-digit number is 2 more than its unit digit. Tens digit is 2 more than the unit digit. The 2-digit number is 7 times the sum of the digits. First of all, let us discuss the basics of this. Then I will give you the shortcut. But if my 2-digit number is suppose 25, can I write this number as 2 into 10 plus 5? Fine. So, similarly, if my 2-digit number is AB, then this number will become 10 times this is tens place, this is the unit place, 10A plus B. If they are asking you a 2-digit number, a 3-digit number, then try to take the numbers like this. Because in this case it will be very confusing whether it is A into B or AB is a 2-digit number. Getting me or not? Fine. So, the tens digit of a 2-digit number, let my 2-digit number is XY. Fine. So, this number is nothing but 10x plus y. The tenth digit of a 2-digit number, that is x, is means equal to 2 more than its unit digit. This is 2 more than y. This is my first equation. the two digit number doesn't mean xy. Two digit number means 10x plus y is means equal to the two digit number is 7 times, multiply by 7, which part we have to multiply? Sum of the digits. What is the sum of the digits here? X plus y. This is 7 times the sum of the digits, x plus y. Now what you do? Instead of x, put y plus 2. I can substitute na, x is equal to y plus 2 is there. So this will be 10 times y plus 2 plus y is equal to 7 times x can be written as y plus 2 plus y. So this will become 10y plus 20 plus y is equal to y plus y is 2y. 2y into 7 is 14y plus 7 to the 14. I hope it is clear. Now 14 will go there, it is 20 here, so this will become 6. 10y plus y, this is 11y. 11y will come here, 14y is already there, so 11y will come here. 14y minus 11y, that will be 3y. So from here, can I say y is equal to 2? If I substitute y is equal to 2 here, then x will become how much? Y plus 2. Y is 2, 2 plus 2, 4. X is equal to 4. So it means my number was 42. My number was 42 and we were supposed to find the unit digit. I hope it is clear, beta. Fine. But now we will avoid this method also. I am erasing it. Question says that the tens digit of a two digit number is 2 more than the unit digit and we are supposed to find the unit digit. Unit digit options are 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fine. And none of these. These are their unit digits. So their tens digit will be 2 more than the unit digit. So 2 more than this 3, 2 more than this 4, 2 more than this 5, 2 more than this 6. Only these can be the numbers. Fine. Which number is 7 times the sum of the digits? Beta 7 times, whether it is sum or difference, 7 times something, it means it has to be multiple of 7. Which option is multiple of 7? This is the only option multiple of 7. This will be the answer. 7 times sum of the digits, 7 times difference of the digits, 7 times the age of the father, 7 times the difference of the age of the father and son. If I say 7 times something, it means answer has to be multiple of 7. So this is the only, out of the given 4 option, this is the only possible number which can be multiple of 7. So this is the answer. Now here you can check also, this is 7 times sum of the digits, 4 plus 2, 6, 7 into 6. This is the answer. I hope it is clear. Fine, beta. Till here, even if a single student has doubt, then I can repeat this question, repeat this concept. Fine, beta. Clear? Good. So, if I say, no, previous question I need. Try this question. try to improve your reading speed so that once you read the question, it should be in your brain only. Options are 93, 39, 75, 48. Next time onwards we will take care of these things also. Options are 93. A option is 93, B is 39, C is 75, and D is 48, and one more was there, and that is A or B.
Says 93 and 39.
Yes, beta. Correct, beta. Fine. Let's discuss this.
आपको अच्छा लगेगा हाथ में
हाँ
आप उसको यहाँ पे ये कर सकते हैं.
ओके ठीक है. हाँ जी बेटा. If I say A and B are working in a company, A and B are working in a company, A's income is 50,000 rupees and difference of their incomes is 10,000 rupees. A and B are working in a company, A's income is 50,000 and difference of their income is 10,000 rupees. Then what will be B's income? Then what will be B's income? If this is the question, then beta difference doesn't mean A minus B. Difference means A minus B or B minus A. If I say that difference of their income is 10,000 rupees, so B can earn 10,000 extra, 60k, or B can earn 10,000 less, then it would have been 40k. Fine. That's why read this word very carefully. Difference of the digits. Difference of the digits, it means it can be unit minus 10 or tens minus unit place digit. Clear? Hai? Now, sum of the digits of a two-digit number is 12. You can quickly go with the options. Sum of the digits is 12, sum of the digits is 12, sum of the digits is 12, sum of the digits is also 12. So, all four are satisfying this condition. Now, go for the second condition. Difference of the digits is 6. Here difference is 6, here difference is 6. Here difference is 6, here also difference is 6. So, that's why answer can be A or answer can be B. Here difference is 2, here difference is 4. So, this or this answer has to be E. E mark कर देना, ठीक है ना? A or B. I hope it is clear. ठीक है बेटा? Good. Quickly answer this question. 6 consecutive even numbers. Even numbers occur at a gap of 2. Even numbers are those numbers which are ending with 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. to this question should be on the right hand side because मैं यहाँ पे रहता हूँ ना, तो when I am present here तो question should be visible to the on the right hand side. Left hand will be used for rough work.
Netram says 12.
Yes, Netram, this time correct answer beta. Kumod Chandra, correct answer, very good. Fine. Now those students who have given me the correct answer, they will also learn a lot from my explanation. Fine. Let's see. In a series of 6 consecutive even numbers, sum of the second and the sixth number is 24. So let the first number is x. Now consecutive even numbers or consecutive odd numbers, they occur at a gap of 2. Next number will be x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6, x plus 8, x plus 10. They say that second and the sixth number, sum of the second and the sixth number, if you add these two numbers, what you will get? X plus 2 and x plus 10, you will get 2x plus 2 plus 10 is 12. That is given to be 24. So 2x is equal to 20, 12 will go there, 12 will be subtracted, 24 minus 12 is 12. So x is equal to 12 divided by 2, 6. X is 6 and we have to find the fourth number, first, second, third, fourth. This is the fourth number. So fourth number is 6 plus 6, 12 answers. 6 plus 6, 12 answer. That is the answer. Okay, beta? This is the normal approach. Fine. Now let us discuss the shortcut for this. Hanji beta. In the question, if it is given the consecutive even numbers or consecutive odd numbers, that is called AP, arithmetic progression, where the difference between the consecutive terms is same, that is called AP, arithmetic progression. So in case of an AP, sum of any two terms equidistant from both the ends always remain same. So first term from here will be same, second term from here will be same. Now I am just writing some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose I am writing 5 numbers. Now average of 1 and 5 will be the average series number also. Getting me or not? ठीक है बेटा? I am repeating it. So x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6 and x plus 8. And x plus 10. I am forgetting the first number. Out of the given remaining 5 numbers, average of first and last will be the middle number. Average of these two will be this number. And 99% chances in the exam they will ask like that only. So can I say this is the second number, this is the sixth number. What is the average of 2 and 6? 4. So average of second and sixth number will be the fourth number. And we know that total of second and the sixth number is 24. So what is the average of these numbers? 12. That will be the answer. I hope it is clear. Clear beta? Good. So you write down one more problem. In a series of consecutive odd numbers, in a series of consecutive odd numbers, in a series of, ऐसे लिखिए बेटा, in a series of 5 consecutive odd numbers, in a series of 5 consecutive odd numbers, average is 45. Average is 45. Find the largest of these numbers. Find the largest of these numbers. Try this question. Quickly answer करें बेटा.
Rajkumar.
56 Rajkumar. Rajkumar 56. This is wrong beta, try again. So can I say consecutive odd numbers also occur at a gap of 2? So if the first number is x, next will be x plus 2, next will be x plus 4, next will be x plus 6, and then x plus 8. Average means sum of the values divided by the number of terms. So average, if you add these terms, what you will get? 5x plus 20. If you add these, you will get 5x plus 20. There are 5 numbers, so divided by 5, and that is given to be 35. Fine beta. Now what you can do, either cross multiply with 5, or you can take 5 common from here. If I take 5 common, what will I get? 5 times x plus 4 divided by 5. That is equal to 35. So from here x will be equal to 35 minus 4, 31. X is 31. And we have to find the largest of these numbers. So largest number will be 31 plus 8, 39. Fine? Oh my God. Kumod, जशनप्रीत कौर, कुमुद चंद्रा, ठीक है ना? हाँ जी बेटा, you are practicing really hard. Not an issue, not an issue. It happens. Most of you are giving me wrong answer. क्या कमी है मेरे लाड प्यार में? Fine. हाँ. I said odd number beta. Yes, I said odd number. If here x is coming out to be 31 na, so this is 31, 31 plus 2 is 35, sorry 33, 35, 37 and 39. These are the numbers. But odd number also occur at a gap of 2 na, so that's why x plus 2, fine. If x is odd, then all these numbers will be odd. If x is even, then this will be even. Okay beta, fine. You just note down a line. Average of an, if the number of terms in AP, we will have a separate class on AP and GP. AP doesn't mean Andhra Pradesh. AP is arithmetic progression. Fine. If the number of terms in AP is odd, if the number of terms in AP is odd, then middle term is the average of the AP. If the number of terms in AP is odd, then middle term is the average of the AP. Fine. Now consecutive odd number, consecutive even numbers, so that is an AP na, because consecutive odd numbers have a gap of 2, consecutive even number also have a gap of 2. Fine. So in this case there were 5 numbers. This was an AP having 5 terms. So average will be the middle term. This is the middle term, and average was given to be 35. These are consecutive odd numbers. So next number will be 37, next will be 39. We have to find the largest number. That is the answer. Okay, beta? Fine. So in this case, so there were 5 numbers. What will happen if they give you 37 numbers, 29 numbers? Then you cannot create a space like that. In that case, what you do, if there are 5 numbers, add one less than that number. Getting me or not? I gave you 5 numbers, 1 less than 5 is 4. So largest number will be 4 more. If they ask what is the smallest number, 4 less. If there were given 27 numbers, 1 less than 27 is 26. Largest will be plus 26, smallest will be minus 26. In this way you have to proceed. Fine? Okay? Write down one more question. A total of 700 rupees. A total of 700 rupees was distributed. A total of 700 rupees was distributed among 5 students. A total of 700 rupees was distributed among 5 students as the cash prize. As the cash prize. The amount of a prize was 20 rupees less than the previous price. Amount of a price was 20 rupees less than the previous price. Find the maximum amount, find the maximum price amount. Find the maximum price amount. Let's see who will give me the correct answer first. That student will get a chocolate. I will courier to that student. One chocolate is already pending from a student. I am repeating. A total of, बेटा ये chocolate repeat करना है, question repeat करना है. Fine. I am repeating the question. I am assuming that you want the question to be repeated. A total of 700 rupees was distributed as 5 different cash prizes. Amount of each prize was 20 rupees less than the previous price. Amount of each prize was 20 rupees less than the previous price. Find the maximum amount of a prize. Find the maximum amount of a prize.
1440 Netram Solanki.
Netram beta, I hope you have had a very tight lunch today. Fine? Because total amount distributed is 700 rupees. Okay, 5 people, total value is 700, and you are giving 1440 rupees to the first person only.
Devashish 45.
Devashish, beta, excellent. You have also given me the wrong answer. Fine. There was a chocolate from my side, beta. Fine, but now I expect that you should courier me a chocolate. The way you are answering. So I think I should try. If the first prize is x rupees, next will be 20 less than that, x minus 20. Next will be 20 less than that, x minus 40. Next will be x minus 60. Fine. And next will be x minus 80. Their total value is 700 rupees, and I have to find the first prize. If you add all these 5, what you will get? 5x minus 200, this is equal to 700 rupees. So 5x is equal to minus 200 will go there, it will become 900. I hope you are giving me this much liberty that I am skipping this step. Minus 200 will become plus 200. So x will be equal to 900 divided by 5. It will be 180 rupees. I hope it is clear, and I was asking the first prize only. Fine. Rajkumar, so and then sorry. Okay, good. Was it like so sorry, sir? So 180. Rajkumar has given me the least value of a prize. I was asking the maximum amount of a prize. Fine. Fine. But this is also not a good approach. Fine. What did I say, beta? Each prize is 20 rupees less than the previous prize. It means there is a gap of 20, 20, 20. It means this is an AP, and I told you that in case of an AP, average is the middle number. 5 people I have given 700 rupees. So can I say average will be 140 rupees? 5 people I have given total 700 rupees. So average value will be 140. So which number will be 140? Middle. And there is a gap of 20 rupees. Before this it was 20 rupees more. Before this there was 180 rupees. This was the maximum value. Least value will be, this will be 120 and then 100. 100 is the minimum value and 180 is the maximum value. I hope it is clear now. Hanji, all of you. Do I need to repeat, beta? Beta to I can call in Hindi, na? Okay, good. Jashanpreet 240. Very good, beta. Hanji, let's start. Sum of 5 consecutive even numbers. Beta, consecutive even numbers. It means this is an AP. So middle number will be the average. These are 5 consecutive even numbers, and their total is, sum is 440. So what will be the average value? 440 divided by 5. 88 is the average of this. So I can write 88 here. Fine. Find the sum of a different set of 5 consecutive integer. In this case, they are not saying 5 consecutive even numbers. They are saying 5 consecutive integers whose second last number is 121 less than double the least number of set x. This is our first set. There is another set whose second last number, it means this number, is 121 less than double the least number of this. In this case, this was an even number series. So 88, this was 86, this was 84. and the second last number of this was 121 less than double the least number of this. Double of this number minus 121 had to be written here, 2 into 84 minus 121. That number will come here. So which number you will get, beta? 168 minus 121. Fine. So this number will be 47. So 47 is here, and these are consecutive numbers, not even numbers, not odd numbers. So there is a gap of one number. So 47, 46, 45, 44, and this will be 48. We have to find total of these numbers. But one more thing, you know that if this is 47 and this is 46, these are also 5 consecutive numbers, not neither even numbers nor odd numbers, but they also have a gap of one number, na? That is also an AP. So their average will be the middle number, 46. These 5 numbers have average 46. So what will be the total value? Total value will be 5 into 46. Clear, beta? 230 will be the answer, none of these. Fine, beta? It will be 230, not 240, okay? So you are committing very silly mistakes, beta, okay? So I hope you are understanding. Just try to work upon your calculations also a bit. Fine? Okay. Now write down one more problem. In fact, that is already given in your handout. Let's see the next question. Before that, I want to discuss what is the interchanging of a number. Fine. If suppose I have a number 62, this is a 2-digit number. If I reverse the digits, interchange these digits, then I will get 26. Fine. This was the original number, this is the number obtained by reversing the digits. Clear? So if original number was xy, new number will be yx. How can I write this number as 10x plus y, and this number will become 10y plus x? I hope it is clear. Fine. So beta, is it necessary that always if I reverse the digits of the number will decrease? No, it is not necessary. Number will decrease if in the original number tens place digit is bigger than the unit digit. But what if I reverse this number 14? If you reverse it, then number will increase because this is less than this. After reversing, it will become 41. I hope it is clear. Now let's go for this question. I am writing the options. Options are 49, 94, 83, A or B, and none of the above. Only 4-5 students are answering, beta. Rest of the student also participate. Fine. It hardly matters whether you are giving the correct answer or wrong answer. Initially start participating, then only I can rectify you. Wow, very good. Netram Solanki said A and B. Jashanpreet, Hafiza, very good beta. Rajkumar. Fine. All of you have given me the answer A or B, and that is the wrong answer. Fine. Read the question properly. The number obtained by interchanging the two digits of a two-digit number is less than the original number by 45. The sum of the two digits so obtained is 13. Sum of the digits is 13. Sum is 13. Sum is 13. Sum is 13. Then what is the original number? Original number you have to tell me. What is given in the question? Question में it is given that after interchange number obtained is less than the original number. Beta 49, if 49 is the original number and you reverse it, it will become 94. Is this number less than this number? No, na? So original number cannot be 49, because if original number is 49, then on reversing, so it will become more, na? Not less. Here difference word is not given, it is given number is less. Fine. So this is not possible. Answer will be 94. 94 will become 49. After reversing, the number will become less than the original number. Fine. So here you can check. This is the answer. The number obtained by interchanging the two digits of a two-digit number is less than the original number. After reversing, the number will decrease. Is it okay, beta? Fine. So you have to be very careful. Most of you knew how to solve this question, but you committed a silly mistake by not reading the question properly. Fine. So commit as many mistakes as you can during the class only, so that in the final exam you should know what are the tricks and you can improve upon those. Okay, beta? Now suppose the present age of a person is X. 15 years hence, what will be the age of the person? Hence means in the future, ago means in the past. If the present age of a person is X, 15 years hence, after 15 years, what will be the age of the person? X plus 15. Hence means plus, ago means past, past means minus. 3 years ago, what was the age of the person? X minus 3. Clear, beta? I hope fine. So now let's go for the next question. I'm through with that. Is anyone facing a language problem today? Only that student who is facing, please write yes, we are facing. Okay? I need the feedback. 15 years. Okay, Netram has given 15 years. It means none of these. Kumud has given 11 years. This is 18 years. Hence will be 3 times. Jashanpreet 15 years. Okay. Let's solve this question. Modit's age 18 year hence. Let present age is x years. Modit's age 18 year hence. 18 year hence it will become x plus 18. Will be, it means it will be equal to, it will be equal to which? 3 times his age 4 years ago. After 18 years his age will be 18 plus na x plus 18 will be 3 times that of 4 years ago. What was his age 4 years ago? X minus 4. X minus 4. This is Modit's age after 18 years. This was his age 4 years ago. So his future age will be 3 times his past age. So let's solve it. X plus 18 is equal to 3x minus 12. Beta minus 12 will go there, it will become plus 12 na? Minus 12 will go there, it will become 18 plus 12, 30. 3x will come here, sorry, x will come here, 3x minus x is 2x. So 2x is equal to 30, x will be equal to 15. Fine? Very good, beta. All of you give correct answer. None of these. Fine? Do I need to discuss? With the help of the option, what you can do, after 18 years, it will be 30 and before 4 years, it was 8. Is it 3 times of this? No. After 18 years, this will be 39. 4 years ago, it was 17. Is this 3 times of this? No. After 18 years, it will become 36. 4 years ago, it was 14. Is it 3 times of this? No. After 18 years, it will become 27. Before 4 years, it was fine. Is it 3 times of 5? No. These cannot be the answers. So, answer is none of these. I hope it is clear, beta. Fine? Good. Years ago, ago means in the past, was 1/3 the age of Bala at that time. The present age of Bala is 12 years more than the present age of Anand. Find the present age of Anand. Quickly answer this. Rajkumar said 14, Monisha 16, Netram 16. हाँ जी स्टार्ट करें बेटा. लेट्स स्टार्ट. 10 years ago, age of Anand was 1/3 the age of Bala. The present age of Bala is 12 years more than the present age of Anand. हाँ जी, all of you, suppose you have an elder brother, fine, who is 2 years older than you. Your elder brother is 2 years older than you. After 5 years, he will be how much older than you? Please answer it. Your elder brother is 2 years older than you. After 5 years, he will be how much older than you? He will be 2 only, na? I am saying, if your elder brother is now he is 2 years older than you. After 5 years also he will be 2 years older than you. He will always remain 2 years older than you. Okay? So in the question it is given that the present age of Bala is 12 years more than the present age of Anand. It means in the past also Bala was 12 years older than Anand, and 10 years ago age of Anand, 10 years ago, if I take their ages 10 years ago, Anand and Bala, fine, 10 years ago their difference was 12 years, na? Now 10 years ago Anand was 1/3 the age of Bala. Instead of x, you take a number which is multiple of 3. If Bala was 3x 10 years ago, if Bala was 3x, then Anand was 1/3 of this, that is x, and their difference was 12 years. What is the difference here? 2x. 2x is equal to 12, x is equal to 6. It means 10 years ago Anand was 6 years in age. मैं रिपीट करता हूँ, आई एम रिपीटिंग बेटा. If Bala is 12 years older than present age of Anand, it means every time the difference of their ages will be 12 years. Fine. Their present difference is 12 years. In the future their difference will be 12 years. In the past also their difference would have been 12 years. So I am considering their ages 10 years ago. Let 10 years ago Bala was 3x, then Anand was 1/3 of this, that is x. So 3x and x, what is the difference? 2x. Their difference was 12 years, so x is equal to 6. So 10 years ago Anand was 6 years. If 10 years ago Anand was 6, then present age will be 16. Fine. I hope it is clear. Second way is through the options. If Anand is 14, then Bala is 12 years older, 26. 10 years ago this was 4 years and this was 16 years. Is 16 3 times of 4? No. Let's use the second option. If this is 16, Bala will be 12 years older than this, 28. 10 years ago this was 18 and this was 6. 18 is 3 times of 6. This satisfies the condition. This is the answer. Fine. So beta, there is a difference between the aptitude and the mathematics. Fine. They are not asking you mathematics question. They are asking aptitude. Fine. So aptitude means by applying your logic also you can answer the question. Fine. Here I am not using mathematics. This is the common sense. And in most of the questions I have used options only. Fine. You are not supposed to be a mathematician to crack this exam. Fine. This is just in the mind of the students that I was poor in maths, so that's why I'm not able to score in it. There is no mathematics involved in it. Fine. Okay. Good. Now let's see the next question. 10 years ago, the age of Anand. This question. Before this question, you write one more problem. In a farm, there are some hens and some goats. In a farm, there are some hens and some goats. Total number of animals means there is no other animal. Fine. Only hens and goats are the animals. Fine. No need to apply that much logic that sir, goat is an animal and hen is a bird. Fine. I am considering them animal. Fine. In a farm, there are some hens and some goats only. Okay. The total number of animals is 60. Total number of animals is 60. And their total number of legs and their total number of legs is 140. Total number of legs is 140. Then find the number of goats. There are how many goats? You have to find how many goats are there. Fine. Your options are 35, 30. First option is 30. Next is 35, 10 and 50. These are the options. Try it. You have to assume all the animals are in proper health condition. It means no hen is with the chicken pox. Fine. So hen has 2 legs, goats has 4 legs. All animals in proper health condition. Ankit beta, you have given me answer 35 in 20 seconds. So you have taken only 20 seconds to answer a wrong question. Fine. So you took the least time to get a negative score. Very good, Raj, Netram. Correct answer beta. Kumud beta, I asked number of goats. Fine. So you have solved it, but check whether you are telling me the number of hens or number of goats. Fine. So let's start this question. Let the number of hens is H and number of goats is G. So total number of animals is hens plus goats. So H plus G. H plus G. Hens plus goats is 60. Total number of legs. One hen has 2 legs, so H will have 2H. One goat has 4 legs, so G goats will have 4G. So total number of legs will be this much. Total number of legs will be this much. Okay beta. Now we have to find the value of G. For that H should be eliminated. So multiply this equation by 2 and write it here. So this will become 2h plus 2z is equal to 120. Now subtract it. So 2h get cancelled, you will get 2z is equal to 20. So number of goats will be 10. This is the answer. We were supposed to find the number of goats. I hope it is clear. Good. Most of you have given me the correct answers. Very good, beta. But let's change the approach. We can use the options. First option, if there are 30 goats, then 30 goats will have how many legs? 30 4 ja 120. If there are 30 goats, then remaining 30 will be hens. Hanji beta. Number of goats and hens is 60. If there are 30 goats, then number of hens will be 30. So 30 hens will have 60 legs and 30 goats have 120 legs. So 60 plus 120 is coming out to be 180. So according to this data, I am getting 180 legs. But number of legs in the question is 140. So if we have to reduce the number of legs, then because the goat has more legs than the hen, so number of goats has to be reduced. My answer has to be less than 30. So there is only one option which is less than 30. It is 10. Fine. Fine. Let's see the options. 5. So options were 30, 35, 10 and 50. These were the options. Hence, these were the goats and hens. But if there are 30 goats, then hens will be 30. If there are 35 goats, then this will be 25. If this is 10, then this will be 50. So I told you that the answer will be 10. Fine, we discussed. Now let us verify it. If there are 10 goats, 10 goats will have how many legs? 10 into 4, 40. Plus these 50 hens are there. 50 hens, one hen has 2 legs, so 50 will have 100. So this data satisfies. Okay, beta. Now last question for the day. You try this one. A bag contains a total of 93 coins in the form of 1 rupee and 50 paisa. Total value of the coins in the bag is rupees 50. One thing you have to take care that some values are given in rupees, some are given in paisa. Total amount is given in rupees. So you have to convert them. We know that 1 rupee is equal to 100 paisa. So 50 paisa, either you write it as half rupee or 1 rupee should be written as 100 paisa. Quickly answer. Bag contain a total of 93 coins in the form of 1 rupee and 50 paisa. If the total value of the coins in the bag is 56, find the number of 50 paisa coin. Let's start, beta. there are some coins of 1 rupee and some coins of 50 paisa. I am writing as half rupee, 1 rupee and half rupee, because the amount is also given in rupees. Otherwise you can write 100 paisa, 50 paisa, then this should be written as 5600 paisa. If these are x, these are y, so total number of coins x plus y is equal to 93. Now let's talk about the amount. X coins of 1 rupee will give you x rupees, y coins of half rupee will give you y by 2 rupees. Their total value is given to be 56. Fine. Beta, can I multiply the entire equation by 2? This is first equation. If I multiply the second equation by 2, what will I get? 2x plus, if you multiply it by 2, you will get y, that is equal to 2 into 56 is 112. This is my second equation. We have to find the value of y. So in this case I can subtract the first equation from the second. If you are subtracting, what you will get? 2x minus x is x, y will get cancelled. 112 minus 93 is 112 minus 93 is 19. Fine. If I substitute the value of x in the first equation, you can put 19 plus y is equal to 93. So y will be equal to 93 minus 19. It will be 74. Y is equal to 74. This is the answer. Very good. All of you have got the correct answers. You can use the options also, beta. Fine. Because you were supposed to find the 50 paisa coin. 50 paisa coin. So if 50 paisa coin are 60, then 1 rupee coin will be, in this case total number of coins were 93. So this should be 33. Fine. Okay. 60 coins of 50 paisa will give you 30 rupees and 33 coins of 1 rupee will give you 33. Then this amount will come out to be 63. Okay, beta. This amount is more than required. If the amount is more than required, then number of 1 rupee coin has to be less and 50 paisa coin has to be more. So answer has to be more than 60. 50 paisa should be increased and 1 rupee should be decreased. In that case our amount will be less, na, because we have to reduce it. So if you take this option, then also you will not get the answer. If I take this option, then if there are 74 coins of 50 paisa out of 93, what is the remaining coins? 19 coins of 1 rupee. You can check. 74 coins of 50 paisa will give you 37 rupees and 19 coins of this will give you 1 rupee will give you 19 rupees. The total amount is coming out to be 56. This option satisfies.